Jackie Chan wasn't born into fame. In fact, he was born into struggle. Born in Hong Kong in 1954, Jackie's birth name was Chan Kong Sang, which means, born in Hong Kong. His parents were so poor, they almost had to give him away. His father worked as a cook and his mother as a housekeeper for the French ambassador. They lived in the servant quarters of a wealthy home, a small room that served as a bedroom, kitchen, and living space, all in one. Jackie's early years were filled with hardship, but even as a child, he was full of energy. He didn't enjoy school. He was terrible at math and reading, and often got into trouble. But he could climb, flip, and jump like no other kid. He didn't know it then, but his body was already preparing him for a very unusual career. When he was 7, his parents moved to Australia for work and left Jackie behind. They enrolled him in a place called the China Drama Academy, one of the most intense and unforgiving performance schools in Asia. It was here that Jackie's true transformation began. The school was not a normal school. There were no holidays. The students trained for 18 hours a day. They would stretch, tumble, sing, kick, punch, and balance for hours until they could barely stand. If you made a mistake, you were beaten with sticks. If you cried, you were told to cry quietly and keep training. Vocabulary: unforgiving. This word means harsh, strict, and not showing mercy. The China Drama Academy was an unforgiving place. If you messed up, there were serious consequences. But through this pain, Jackie learned discipline. He learned to master his body and control every movement. He became incredibly flexible, fast, and precise. Even though he was just a boy, he could do things most adult athletes couldn't dream of. He was becoming a machine. Jackie also learned something even more important: how to endure. He learned to take pain and keep going. That would become one of the most important parts of his future career. Vocabulary: endure. To endure means to keep going through pain, difficulty, or suffering without giving up. Jackie endured more physical and emotional stress than most people could imagine. By the time he was a teenager, Jackie began working in movies as a stuntman. He would jump off rooftops, fly through windows, and crash through tables. These were real stunts, done without safety harnesses or soft landings. Back then, Hong Kong cinema didn't use special effects or computer graphics. Everything had to be real. Jackie wasn't famous yet, but everyone in the industry knew there was something different about him. He wasn't just fearless, he was creative. He didn't just fall down, he fell in a way that told a story, made you laugh, or took your breath away. After Bruce Lee's death in 1973, Hong Kong filmmakers searched for the next martial arts superstar. Jackie was chosen for a few roles, but he didn't want to copy Bruce's serious, tough image. Jackie wanted to do something new. He wanted to bring humor into action. People thought he was crazy. He finally got his chance with Drunken Master in 1978. In this film, Jackie played a wild, lazy, and mischievous martial artist who learns to fight while pretending to be drunk. It was full of laughter, chaos, and amazing choreography, and it changed Jackie's life. Vocabulary: mischievous. This describes someone who is playful and likes to cause small trouble in a fun way. Jackie's character was mischievous, not serious or angry like most action heroes. With the success of Drunken Master, Jackie found his signature style, fighting with humor, emotion, and incredible risk. He began choreographing his own stunts. But instead of making them easier, he made them more dangerous. Jackie believed the audience deserved something real. In his films, he would fall from 3-story buildings, slide down skyscrapers, jump onto moving buses, and crash through glass, all without stunt doubles. The result? Dozens of injuries, broken bones, and permanent damage. One of his most famous injuries happened while filming Armor of God. Jackie jumped from a tree onto a wall, but miscalculated. He cracked his skull open and needed emergency brain surgery. Vocabulary: miscalculated. This means to make a mistake in judgment or estimation, especially in physical movement or planning. Jackie miscalculated the distance, and it nearly cost him his life. Despite the danger, Jackie never stopped. He considered pain part of the job. He kept a crew of professional stuntmen who followed him from film to film, all risking their lives for the perfect shot. They called themselves the Jackie Chan Stunt Team, and they trusted him completely. But things weren't always perfect behind the scenes. Jackie's perfectionism sometimes led him to do over 100 takes of the same scene. He expected others to work as hard as he did, which caused tension on set. But at the end of the day, Jackie always led by example. Vocabulary: perfectionism. This means the need to do things perfectly, without mistakes. Jackie's perfectionism pushed him to dangerous extremes, but it also made his movies unforgettable. In the 1990s, Jackie tried breaking into Hollywood. But he was rejected again and again. Studios thought his English wasn't good enough. Some producers even said he didn't look like a star. He was told to play villains, sidekicks, or background characters. But Jackie refused to accept that. He went back to Asia, created some of his best films, and waited for the right moment. That moment came in 1998 with Rush Hour, where he starred alongside Chris Tucker. The chemistry was instant. The movie was a global hit, and Jackie was finally a star in the West. But even then, he stayed grounded. Jackie didn't buy a mansion in Beverly Hills. He didn't collect sports cars or jewelry. Instead, he gave millions to charity and helped build schools in rural China. Vocabulary: grounded. Being grounded means staying humble and practical, even when you are successful. Jackie never let fame go to his head. He also began speaking out for film safety. He encouraged other actors to avoid doing their own stunts. He didn't want anyone else to go through the injuries he had survived. Jackie's body had become a map of scars, each one a story. By the 2000s, Jackie was more than just an action star. He was a global ambassador for cinema. He received honorary Oscars, was knighted in France, and became a symbol of East meets West. But despite his awards, he never forgot the poor boy he once was. Today, Jackie Chan is not just admired for his films, but for his tenacity. Vocabulary: tenacity. This means the quality of being determined and not giving up, even in difficult situations. Jackie's tenacity is the reason we know his name today. He risked his life again and again, not for fame alone, but to prove that passion and hard work can overcome anything. So the next time you see Jackie Chan leap through a window or land hard on the pavement, remember this: it's not just a stunt, it's the story of a man who gave everything to entertain, inspire, and build a legacy from nothing.